Hi, welcome back to Maximum Potential Schooling. I'm Zane Hoare. And today we want to talk to you about sleep. And we've already looked at the benefits that sleep has for learning and memory. And today what we want to do is we want to start looking at what are the things that can take sleep away from us. We know that we need, as adolescents, 9 to 10 hours of sleep a night. And as adults, 7 to through to 10 if you need to, but at least 7 hours of sleep a night. The problem is, often we don't get that much sleep. So let's have a look at what sort of the mechanism is behind sleep. We sleep in cycles, and those cycles are governed by light and dark. And put very simply, when it gets dark, our eyes recognize that it's getting dark, and they send a signal to our body to produce a hormone, and that hormone is called melatonin. And what melatonin does is it helps prepare the body for sleep, so that we can fall asleep. Similarly, our eyes detect light, and when they detect that light, they send a signal to produce another hormone, a different hormone called cortisol, and cortisol tells our body that it's time to wake. And that's generally how our sleep cycle works. It gets dark, we sleep; it gets light, we wake up. And you can see how, sort of in our evolution, this would have been a really clear cycle. We lived and slept outside, or at least, without any natural form of light other than the moon and the sun. And our bodies would have adjusted and slept when it was dark and woke when it was light. The problem that exists for us now is this idea that we can invade the night. You see, we have this wonderful invention called electricity, which enables us to do so many great things. One of the things it enables us to do is produce electric lights. And those electronic lights mean that when it gets dark, it doesn't matter anymore because we can create light. We can invade the night. And what's actually happened is in the last 100 years, we're actually sleeping on average somewhere around the 1 to 1.5 hours per night less. And that's despite the fact that our actual biological need for sleep hasn't changed. We still need that, between 7 if you're an adult or 9 if you're an adolescent, hours of sleep a night. But we're sleeping less because we're actually tricking our body into thinking that it's daylight. And that's what lighting does. It tricks our body into thinking that it's daylight. And things have got a little bit worse even lately, because I doubt there's many of you that are watching this at the moment who don't have some form of electronic device, whether it be a laptop, a tablet, or a smartphone. Pretty much all of us do. And those devices are with us 24/7. And what that's all of a sudden done is it's given us this 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 day a week connectivity. And the light that comes from our devices, because they're backlit, meaning the light is behind them, that light projects out, and it projects directly out into our eyeballs, telling our body, hey, it's daytime. And you think about how often do we look at computer screens or phone screens at night, and looking at that device steals away your ability to sleep. Things get even worse though, because the specific type of light that comes from our electronic devices is a specific light called blue light, and that's even more effective at suppressing our ability to produce melatonin. Meaning that often we need at least 30, potentially up to 2 hours of time from our last screen time before our body's ability to produce melatonin has reached its normal levels. And we're actually able to fall into a normal, restful level of sleep. But it gets even worse than that. Because generally our devices, what they also do is they provide us with some sense of stimulation, some brain stimulation. So not only is our body getting a message that it's daylight, it's also getting a message that we need to have an active brain. We need to be engaged with whatever it is that's going on. If you think about the difference between staring at a fire, if you've ever been camping and it's dark outside and there's fire, yes, it's light, but it's very much a calming light, a light that tends to lull you into sort of a sense of sleep. If you compare that to the excitement of what's happening on your phone or what's happening on your computer, you can see that there's a different level of stimulation, there's a different level of light and there's a different level of stimulation. And this creates for us some great problems. So, what's the answer to this? Well, if you want to get an effective night's sleep, then you need to remove yourself from the device. You need to give yourself at least 30 minutes of time away from your device before you go to bed. And that'll help your brain to start to wind down. It'll help your body get into a position where it recognizes now, hey, it's nighttime and I need to start preparing for sleep. Dim the lights in your house. Put away your electronic devices. Wind down with some breathing. Use those things to slow the body down and prepare yourself for sleep. And then you can get all of the benefits that come with a good night's sleep, whether that be benefits for your learning or benefits for your health. Now, interestingly, we've attached to the written component of this lesson some examples of some key health elements that a lack of sleep can play into. We'd really like you to read that. And our challenge, as always, is to improve our level of sleep. And so think about what are the things that are stealing my ability to sleep, and how can I be more disciplined in my using of them and ensure that I get a good night's sleep. Good luck. Train hard.